This is the 2016 AP Lang Survival Guide. The beginning of the year is an exciting and odd time. We meet our teachers for their very first time, and they meet us. For Miss Rollins, this means the beginning of the handout love-hate relationship. She loves handing them out because we get them all the time, but she always hates them whenever we forget all of the handouts that she hands us behind after class. And it introduces us to the new year through the course resources packet, which seems to be 1,000 pages long and can be scary, but it's really helpful. Our first assignment is very important. It's the politics in the English language, and Ms. Rollins loves this and uses it throughout the year, so pay attention, especially to this one. And it also leads the first essay of the year. While the essays are hard at first, and it might be difficult to get a good grade on, Ms. Rollins likes to help us out a little bit and gives us rewrites. So our wonderful essays can go from a very bad grade to a very good grade in a matter of no time. Once the essays begin, they never end, but luckily they're very spread out. So in between, we do big assignments, like one of them is The Crucible. That's our first book we read. And this is a very complicated story based on the Salem witch trials and all of the scandals of the 1690s. It's practically the Gossip Girl of the medieval times. And as you can see, it's a very complicated plot involving Abigail Williams and John Proctor with their scandalous behaviors, and all of the characters just intertwined in this crazy story. Pretty soon, the AP multiple choice questions get introduced. These are the best and worst part of this class. For one, they really help prepare everyone for the AP tests, but they are meant to fail you. So if you get a 70, you're doing incredible on them. They're just an odd thing that you can't do much about. Luckily, thanks to the regular curve that can bump your F from a 50 to a 75, and thanks to the super curve due to corrections, it can jump from a 75 to an 85 in no time, and you will never fail an AP multiple choice quiz. So they help your grade out a lot. The next book we read is The Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass. This is an easier read considering the fact that most of us read this in 8th grade in our U.S. history class. It lets us view slavery from a real slave's eyes and gives us a new perspective of the horrors of slavery. Another way Ms. Rollins takes care of us is through the daily warm-ups. These are just the easiest thing you will ever have to do in this class, and all you have to do is write down whatever she writes on the board. I mean, she gives you the answers and everything. It's the easiest thing, and you will get a 100 if you just take 30 seconds out of your day to do them. The next book we read is called Beloved. This is an odd book, and it creates an odd mood in the classroom because it's just such a gruesome and negative book. Now, it is a great book, and it's a great read, but not even Miss Rollins, the most positive person I know, can put a positive spin on this book. It's just, it's a great book, very, very weird vibe. Miss Rollins loves crash course videos with John Green. While he may be very annoying at times, which I know he annoys me almost every time I watch his videos, they are very helpful videos. They help explain a lot of the stuff that we may not understand that happens in the books. And while his approaches to explain them aren't the best, Ms. Rollins loves them because they help out a ton. Next comes The Great Gatsby. This is the best unit simply because we get to watch the movie. It's a good book, don't get me wrong, but it's a great movie, and that is one unit you should look forward to. The last thing we do in the year is read Catcher in the Rye, which was my personal favorite. It relates to me better than any other book, and it was probably one of the easiest reads just because of that. And it's a great book about a troubled kid, and he has many of the not the same but similar problems that many teenagers have nowadays, and I enjoyed this book a lot more than others. And it's a great book. It's a great way to end the year because it's the best book we read. So that is the survival guide of the 2016 year.